I cannot remember the last time when I spent so much time reading a book that I absolutely hated. Maybe some required text in college, whose name has escaped me, more from a desire to forget the experience than any defect of memory, although there's plenty of that these days.
Grandpa's the name.
I mean, look at this thing. My goodness. 720 pages of Times New Roman 9-point. And it's just drivel. And I read the whole thing.
Are you stupid or something?
So you don't have to. Although why the desire to do so would grip you, I don't know. So why did it grip me? Obligation, I guess. I mean, I picked this up at the Ramstein Terminal USO because I had heard of Robert Ruark before, remembering him from an old Reader's Digest condensed books edition from the 1960s. I mean, I think I remembered him from that edition. I don't even know which of Ruark's books was in the edition. I just remember the name. In fact, for the longest time, I thought the book was Bush Baby. But that's a Martin Woodhouse novel. And I think I confused the name Bush Baby with Africa, and since Ruark wrote African novels, it's complicated.
I don't want to talk about that.
I was all set several times to frisbee this thing.
Barefoot hippies playing frisbee?
But didn't, because something interesting would pop up. Like Craig Price, the protagonist, making the sudden decision to go to sea. Well, now that's different. Let's see what happens. Only to have Ruark completely gloss over the entire episode and only make oblique references to it years here and there after Craig comes back and gets the local mill owner's daughter pregnant and takes over the mill. And then decides he's an oil man, and before you know it, he's a tycoon with bundles of money and is sleeping with everything he can.
Cara mia.
And is divorced and then finds Susan, the love of his life, but then commits tax and stock fraud, and she leaves, and stuff like that.
It means bankruptcy and scandal and...
All pretty annoying until the next thing shows up and you figure, okay, maybe this will go somewhere. But it doesn't. It's all about Craig Price, who I guess we're supposed to admire as the two-fisted, womanizing, hard-drinking entrepreneur everyman of the late 1950s. One of the madmen.
Member and good standing of the He-Man Woman Haters Club.
But the guy's a jackass. He treats everyone like stepping stones, including his best friend Red, who is the foreman of one of his mills, and Red's sister Libby, who is Craig's secretary and lover. And Craig unceremoniously dumps them both practically overnight to avoid some brewing union trouble. It's complicated. And the oddest thing, Craig seemed to do all these things with Ruark pointing back at the reader and going, "See? Isn't this great? This is just the kind of man you admire."
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
I swear the majority of Craig's moves are Ruark promoting the madman lifestyle.
To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of their women.
Because the only good women are those who do whatever Craig wants. Indeed, are devoted to him regardless of how much jackassery he commits.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
And black people are just comic, there to serve and admire their white betters and talk with the exaggerated slave accents of the 1860s. Ruark writes out more yassers and show-nuffs than you probably collectively have encountered over the last 20 to 30 years.
That's good old-fashioned family racism.
And if one of them dies while performing Craig's trick of shooting a cigarette out of someone's mouth, oh well. He was a good servant. Almost thought of him as a son.
He started up this club called the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah, that actually happens in the book. And yeah, there are no repercussions. But the absolutely worst thing is the dialogue. There is no person ever existing who used words in a conversation the way every single person in this book does. I guess it's supposed to be smart patter and elevated discourse, but comes off like a 1950s B-movie where the characters do and say things that no normal person does.
A movie writer with a couple of B pictures to his credit.
You know, like this. This was from one of the passages here. Hold on. Okay. If I could close my fist on half-smart females, the sun would rise on a womanless world.
Oh, brother.
Said by a doctor about nurses who think they know something about medicine. Who talks like that? No one. I don't know what Ruark is thinking.
You just keep thinking, Butch. That's what you're good at.
This is Ruark's second novel, published in 1959, which goes a long way to explaining its Mad Men vibe, I suppose. Ruark was a journalist and columnist who grew up in North Carolina and enrolled at UNC Chapel Hill when he was 15.
Geez, this kid's kind of smart.
He had a series of essays published in Field and Stream in 1953 called The Old Man and the Boy, which is essentially this novel. He went on safari all the time and wrote a novel called Something of Value, which is about the Mau Mau uprising, which happened while he was traipsing about the bush shooting elephants. It later became a movie starring Sidney Poitier.
Sidney Poitier?
A later novel of his, Uhuru, libeled an African politician, and Ruark almost found himself in a Kenyan court, but got away. Lucky. Old guy here. See you later.